Well, let me show you my grow light setup. It's not, won't take long because it's really not a whole lot to it. It's pretty simple. And I think you'll like it. You might want to try it yourself. So let's take a look at it. This is where I've got my tomatoes and peppers right now that are under this grow light. I'll back off a little bit. You can see the grow light is just a little bitty square doodad. And it's hanging from the ceiling just by a couple of pieces of baling twine. And it is really doing a good job. The plants seem to love it. So let's take a little closer look. Again, this is a square grow light. We'll look at the bottom of it in just a minute. But it's about 12 inches square, maybe 14, maybe 13 or 14. And it really does a good job. They've got some in round, and they've got some that are square, and it really doesn't make a difference, I don't think. They're the same price. In fact, they may be sold out of the square ones because I went back to look for another one, and all they showed was a round one. Anyway, it comes with clips, and it comes with a big carabiner at the top. So all this comes with it. It's pretty cool. Just ready to hang up. If you got a string there or something to hang it from, you're ready to go. Let's look underneath it. It's red and blue and white LEDs. I don't know how that's gonna come out on camera, but that is blinding almost to me when I mean, that is blinding. I can't look at it very long. So that is really, really bright. This is this is a light that a lot of marijuana growers use, and at least a lot of marijuana growers are commenting on Amazon about their use of this light. So I mean, small growers, probably the ones that aren't legal. Anyway, we're not growing marijuana. We're growing peppers, and we're growing tomatoes right now. The tomatoes were planted about 2 weeks ago. These are tomatoes here. These 3 rows are tomatoes. And these 4 rows are peppers. So 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of peppers. Let me go around on the back side and show you what I've got. So that's my tomatoes and peppers. I've shown you the heat mat, seedling heat mat before. That is where I've got my probe now. This is a Haas 162 cell seed starting tray. I did not use even half of it this year. I'm just not going to have, I'm going to have most everything in containers. So it's not going to be a huge, it's going to be a lot of containers, but not a huge garden per se. But 10 earth boxes and probably 4 or 5 Leon tubs and probably maybe some grow bags mixed in. So it's going to be kind of extensive just for the peppers, tomatoes, squash, zucchini, corn, things like that. Well, no, corn's going to be out in a raised bed garden. Anyway, that's one of the grow lights. This one I just ordered. I've only had this for a few days. I've got it hanging up. This is a little light that I normally use for a chicken brooder. And this is a round one. It just screws in a receptacle. And it also is supposed to be full spectrum light. I'll put a link to it below the video here in the show where it says show more. And to this grow light, $25, $6, something like that. On Amazon. This one I got on Woot, which is an Amazon company, but Woot had it on sale for $8 or something like that. This one I don't know if it's doing all that well, but this one's really doing a good job. The plants seem to love it. They are stretching out towards it. It covers as you raise it, and I'm not going to be able to quote exactly here, but if I understand it right, if you raise it to about, as your plants grow, to about 2 feet tall, it covers an area of about 2 feet, even though this is only a foot wide. As you raise it, I think the area it covers is another, another half again all the way around it, another 2 feet in total. 2 feet by 2 feet, even though this is only 12 inches square. Hope I made that clear as mud, but that is it. And again, I'm telling you, those lights, I don't have it pointed at me yet, but when I do, I have to squint. It is bright. So you may want to try that. I'll put a link to it below. The link may be to a round one, but I don't think there's any difference. Same company. I think it's just round, square, what you would prefer. But I believe it's all of them are going to have this. Check and make sure it has the clips or the carabiner and stuff like that. Again, that string is just stuff. That's where I had to tie the knot to get it at the right height. So anyway, that's the carabiner and these cables. I guess those are plastic. Feel like plastic. And then metal hooks, metal retention hooks on the fixture itself. So I really like it. It's higher class than what I thought it would be. And we're not even growing marijuana. We're growing stuff to eat and not consume in other ways. Anyway, grow light. Not as sure about this one, but again, it's for a much smaller area. If you haven't started your plants yet, or if you have, as soon as you see them poke their little heads up, I'm trying to find one that maybe just started. Maybe that little one right there. As soon as you see them germinate, as soon as you see them poke their head up, they need some light, and they need a lot of light. A windowsill will not do it. They will wind up, they'll grow like crazy. They'll get big, but it's called leggy. They're what it is. They're starved for light, and they're reaching out best they can do, looking for light, and the plant will not be healthy. And as a general rule, it will not be a viable plant. So get a grow light if you're growing some seeds. If you've got a greenhouse or something like that, these can grow in a greenhouse later, but it's just too cold right now. If you're indoors trying to start some seeds, grow light, grow light, grow light. Gotta have one. And I like this one. Who knows? I mean, you might too. It's again, under $30 if I remember right. And Prime free shipping if you're a Prime member. If you're not a Prime member, you certainly need to be. All right, that's it for the grow light, and I will monitor these as we go along. Those are looking pretty good. Looks like the tomatoes are going to catch up with the peppers. I did the peppers first because they take longer to germinate than the tomatoes, but these came up so fast it kind of caught me off guard, and I should have. The tomatoes are a little behind them, and it's never been that way for me. So anyway, that's it. Grow light. We're growing stuff to eat. Remember that, not consume in other ways. All right, we're gone.